paper mache bunny, egg, candy container, German. You guys have seen them. They're cool. These are in really good shape. These were mine personally. And I sold one that had two. It had the nest egg inside of it. This one was just a single one. But so let's see, it was listed for 25. I sold it for 20, which is pretty good profit. I've had those a long time. I was a little sick of them, so. Sayonara. Egg. Oh, Easter bunny. Speaking of Easter, Easter bunny rabbit mommy and her two babies. This is pretty cute, and it's pretty hard to find. Now, I will say, I do believe she probably, that little gal, Mama, probably, see that little hole in her hand? And I didn't even notice it until I got home. I think she probably had a parasol or something. But, doesn't matter. Sold for $35. Not bad. She was in really good shape too. So were the babies. This is gorgeous. And these pictures absolutely do not do this justice. These flowers. I have this one that sold, and one that has like purple in it. Oh God, they're gorgeous. They really are. They're beautiful. I don't know what that sold for. It sold for $20. I mean, that's incredible to me. That is, hand blown by some artist in Murano, Italy. But that's all they go for right now. So, what are you gonna do? Next, oh, I don't know. I must not have fixed these, you guys. Sorry. This is a match safe, I guess. You hang it on the wall. You keep matches in it. Oh, and I think you can strike matches. I'm not sure. It's old. I don't know. It's got a rabbit hanging there and a pheasant. Apparently, two animals that have been recently killed, in the hunt. See, I don't know. Yeah. There's the pheasant on that side and the rabbit hanging there. Anyway, pretty cool. Sold for, I don't know, $35. Had it listed for $48. This spin shades revolving electric candle with different shades on it. Oh, I talk about bad pictures. Apparently, I know I had to have looked this up in the store because I wouldn't have picked this up otherwise. Actually, it's kind of neat though, because you plug it in and the little bulb heats up and then the little lampshades spin around. So there's pansies and jack-o'-lantern and a turkey and a Santa. So somebody wanted that and they bought that from me for full price. Gobble bunny, pink gobble bunny. This looks like a planter, but I don't believe that's what it is. I think it's a pitcher of sorts, a creamer. And this, so it's cute. The bottom of it was not marked Goble, but I'm positive it's Goble. It sold for $22. Back to that one. $22 on that one. Jim Shore, another big seller, all-time seller. I was surprised this sold though. I was even more surprised I picked it up. It was tiny. It's teeny tiny. It's like a little 2-inch thing. These little purple lilies. In fact, this sold one time, and for some reason the lady couldn't get her PayPal to work or something. I'm not sure what the story was on that, but then it sold again and sold for $15. So that was, I was delighted that it even sold, to be honest. But Jim Shore stuff for sure. Pick it up if you see it because it sells. However, make sure it's in good condition. The thing with this is weirdly, a lot of people were interested in this, but I didn't have the box. So that must be a deal breaker for a lot of people. But it did sell. Oh, this glorious pieces, I should say. I have had these 1960s homemade beauties for a while. Mm-hmm. This Matador and Bowl, this bowl is just not to be believed. Boy, it actually is really cool, and I am certain very, very collectible for people that have certain sort of decor. I don't know, but I sold it. I sold it once, and then the guy canceled the sale, and then I sold it just recently, and it sold for 25 for the pair, and that's perfectly fine with me. The bull had a little chip on his hoof, and it had a little crack underneath. The Matador did, but I mean, it's neat. I can see it. It's very mid-century modern, even though it was made in the 60s, and I actually think that might be a Holland mold. I'm not positive, but I think it might be. This was kind of a surprising sale. Martha Stewart, king size, pistachio, gingham flat sheet. New in the package. That's right, kids. Buy them up. I sold this for $48. It's just a flat sheet. Pistachio, green, pistachio, gingham, flat sheet, king. But now, in fairness, king sheets are not cheap. So, but I imagine whoever bought this probably maybe had this bedding or was looking for this flat sheet or had something that it would go with it. I mean, it's brand new. It was just made in 2002. And it's also Martha Stewart. So, some Martha Stewart stuff, before you pass it up, check, because it sells for really, really good money. This Shawnee giraffe planter, you know what, surprisingly thought this would have sold for more. But just because you don't see giraffes very often. Anyway, I sold this for $15. It was cool. Brown, glazed, it was cool. Just a little Pied Piper. And I thought it was interesting. He still had his little pipe, his little piper, his little flute. I don't know what he sold for. He sold for $22. Oh, he sold for the asking price. That's good. Lefton. It was nice. No damage. Really nice. Oh, this is part of my that estate sale that we went to, where I got all that glassware, that Carnival glass and the Murano, and this is Czech. This decanter and these little cordials. This is beautiful. It's an absolutely beautiful set. Absolutely no damage on anything on this glassware that I bought at this estate sale. That sold for $47. I actually think they got a pretty decent price on that, but that's fine. I'm happy to get rid of it. It's beautiful, beautiful condition. Little Peter Rabbit lamp. Went straight over to Australia not very long ago. Sold it to a mate in Australia. Oh, cute little nursery lamp. Peter Rabbit sold it for $34. Price that you see. It was tricky to ship, and it ended up costing a lot because of the shade. Had it just been the lamp part, it wouldn't have been that bad, but you got to try to fit the shade in there too without crumpling the shade, and that's the tricky part. So, yeah, I am quite certain she paid a fortune in shipping. I don't recall what, but I'm sure it was a lot. Oh, there's another international sale. This went to, in fact, I don't believe it's there yet. This went to Japan. No, it's not there yet. It's a little Kids of America Easter basket, bunny Easter basket. I'll tell you, I never in a million years have I looked at stuffed animals, plush of any kind. And then I started watching Star on Flippin' Hippos. And she does clothes and plush. And I'm like, oh my God, maybe I should start looking. Also, Vicky on the Katie and Vicky show, YouTube channel. Vicky will pick up certain plush. But anyway, so I've started, and I'll tell you, it's kind of paying off. It surprises me. So this, I mean, because normally at thrift stores, I mean, you pay virtually nothing for the stuffed animals or any kind of plush there. So I am certain this was maybe $1. In fact, I got this at like a charity store. I think it's the homeless, the one that benefits the homeless people. But and their plush are like $1. So I picked him up for $1. She sold for 18 and went to Japan. Which, I just think it's so neat to sell things overseas. All right, this little plate, I am positive I sold this to a viewer, and thanks for buying it. And I know that they had mentioned it several times in the comments, and Sam kept bugging me to get it listed. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Oh my God, I love this stuff. So I did, and I didn't list it very high, and I sold it to her. I was pretty positive it was that gal that had been asking about it, and I sold it to her for 20. And I hope you enjoy it. I love this stuff. This Bavarian. This lot of stuff that I bought on Facebook Marketplace. This porcelain, some of it's Limoges, some of it's Bavarian, some of it's Austrian, some of it's German. Oh my God, I love it. With these forget-me-nots, these blue. Oh, I call it, in a lot of my listings, I've been calling it Cinderella blue because it's so romantic. I just love it. And this plate is my very, very favorite thing. So I'm glad one of our viewers got it. I'm thrilled by that. Is a Shafford Rabbit Patch plate from 1989. It's just a rabbit plate, a bunny plate. It sold by Shafford. It sold made in Japan. It sold for $18. I had it listed for $25. It's pretty fair. This is a Fitz and Floyd plate. Easter plate from 1996. I have these flip-flops on and they're hurting my feet. It had a little chip somewhere down there. See, on that stem, it's got a chip, a couple of little chips actually. But there you go, 1996, Fitz and Floyd. It sold for 21. I probably could have got more for that had that chip not been on there, but I didn't pay hardly anything for it, so that was perfectly fine. Oh, these, oh jeez. Oh look, it's fixed again. My screen. Okay, I'm going to try to pronounce this company. Alleluia Aviero. Alleluia Aviero. I don't know if that's right. And I also don't know. They're Portuguese. They're Portugal, made in Portugal. But these tiles are super, super cool. I think I might have showed them in one of our haul videos. They're like Delft, like Dutch, but they're made in Portugal. And they actually were not, some of them were not in the best condition. They were a little bit chippy. But whoever bought them paid full price for them. So must have wanted them for something. Anyway, I love them. I think they're really cool. I loved them. All right, next. Oh, this lighter. Oh, God. Let me tell you the story on this. So this is a sterling silver lighter. All right. It's a Mayflower. It's sterling. Your standard lighter. Now, the insert on this lighter, and most lighters made of any kind of quality. This is considered a table lighter. They're very collectible, by the way. Especially this one because it's sterling. The insert is made in Japan. That is very common. That's what the inserts are, usually some kind of chrome plate. They're not sterling. So the guy, and it's very, I don't know if you can see it on here, but it's very clearly listed in my listing. The lighter insert is made of standard chrome plate and made in Japan. Also used in other lighters for this company. It's a wick lighter. Very cool. So I clearly stated that it is chrome plate, the insert. So I got a return request on this. I sold this for full price, by the way, $88. And it actually is worth more than that. But the guy requested to return it because he felt like it wasn't authentic. That the top part, as he called it, or the insert, I believe he means, is new, quote new, and the rest of it is vintage. So I pointed out to him very politely that, in fact, I pulled an article from a table lighter collectible book, pulled an article from it on this very exact lighter, this specific lighter, and sent it to him and said, listen, this is about as authentic as it gets. And this is what they use in these lighters. Now, if you want to return it, that is perfectly fine. I will relist it. It will sell, probably for more than what you bought it for. I didn't tell him that, but it will. So I sent him a shipping label. Oh God, I don't even know it. Well, the 15th, I believe. And I have yet to hear from him. I don't know if he's going to return it. I'm happy, more than happy to refund him the money on this. But I just haven't heard one way or another. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. Truthfully, I kind of hope he returns it because I can sell it for more.